This video is presented by DiecastModelsWholesale.com. They offer a wide variety of diecast cars, models, action figures, and other objects from companies like Hot Wheels, Greenlight, and Johnny Lightning, representing franchises such as Formula One, IndyCar, Star Trek, and Marvel. This is just a small sample of what Diecast Models Wholesale offers. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. For a special deal from me, Ryan Holman, use the link in the description of this video and as the pinned comment for it. In 1999, Tony Stewart started to compete in the NASCAR Cup Series, driving for Joe Gibbs Racing. He had one of the best rookie seasons in series history. Stewart won 3 races, Richmond, Phoenix, and Homestead, along with 2 exhibition races at Charlotte. He finished 4th in the championship and won Rookie of the Year. Stewart would win the series championship in 2002 and 2005. He drove for Gibbs through the end of the 2008 season. In that time, Stewart won 33 races, including the Brickyard 400 in 2005 and 2007. In July 2008, Stewart announced that he would become a part owner of the Haas CNC racing team, which would become Stewart-Haas Racing, and he would drive for them starting the next year. In 2009 and 2010, Stewart won a combined 6 races. However, he only finished 6th and 7th in the championship in those 2 years, respectively. For 2011, in the regular season of 26 races, Stewart finished in the top 10 11 times, but failed to win a race. This was enough to qualify him for the playoffs in 9th place out of 12 drivers. What would follow was one of the greatest championship runs in NASCAR history.
So this stop is going to come with 14 laps to go. Tony Stewart goes back to the lead. And you hear he's pushing in that clutch down the straightaway. That engine's going quiet. Trying to hold his gap and make sure he's got enough fuel. Dave? Is somebody going to run out and lose a chunk of points? Will the lead change hands in the final lap, or can Stewart begin his championship with a breakthrough win? There are cars on the apron running out of fuel as Stewart takes the white flag. It was Kyle Busch, Andy referenced a second ago, on the apron out of fuel. Half a lap to go. Now Gordon's out of fuel.
All clear, keep jumping.
You'll see Gordon there. Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, all slowing out of gas. Tony Stewart, the fuel holds up. Tony Stewart opens the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup with his first win of the season. Report from pit road. Boyer is questioning whether he's running out of fuel. Here comes Stewart.
Yeah, there it is. He's out.
Stewart to the lead. 2 laps to go.
Now does Tony have enough fuel?
It was this race a year ago. Stewart led coming off turn 4 to the white flag. And he ran out of gas. Is it going to be different this time?
He's got a big lead. He can sit on that. He doesn't have to run very hard.
White flag is up this time. 1 lap to go.
Looks like Brad Keselowski took second away from Greg Biffle.
Final lap in New Hampshire. Watching Tony Stewart to see if he's got enough fuel to make it. The advantage he has, he's up 7 seconds on Keselowski now as other people begin to fade.
Take a deep breath, I got this.
Sounds like he's got plenty of fuel.
So if he was stalking him, he knew just what he was doing. 2 wins in a row to start the chase.
Way to go.
Tony Stewart wins at New Hampshire.
Stewart started the playoffs by winning at Chicagoland and New Hampshire. This put Stewart into the championship lead. Unfortunately, the next 2 races went poorly for him. At Dover, Stewart started 28th and was outside of the top 20 for most of the event, before ultimately finishing 2 laps down in 25th position. The next race, Kansas, was better for Stewart, but still had a poor result. He ran in the top 5 for most of the race. However, when making his final pit stop, Stewart entered his pit stall at a significant angle, causing his stop to be done more slowly. He finished the race in 15th. At this point, Stewart was ranked 7th in points. He would improve at the following 2 events. At Charlotte, Stewart qualified on the pole position for the first time in 2011. He led for 68 of 334 laps. On lap 197, Stewart pitted and Kyle Busch moved ahead of him due to having a quicker stop. Then, on the 299th lap, Stewart and Greg Biffle made contact. though Stewart continued with minimal damage and finished 8th. Prior to the race, it was decided that Stewart's crew chief, Darian Grubb, would be released from the team following the season. For the next race, Talladega, Stewart qualified in 12th position and led a race-high 30 of 188 laps. On the 80th lap, while drafting behind teammate Ryan Newman, they passed David Rudiman, but Newman spun and Stewart narrowly avoided him. On lap 175, there was a multi-car crash and, with it, a caution time. The race restarted with 10 laps remaining and Stewart moved in front of second-place Paul Menard. The two led initially, but were passed by Jeff Burton and eventual winner Clint Boyer on the back straightaway. Stewart finished the race in 7th position. He was now ranked 4th in the standings. After this, Stewart returned to winning.
3 to go. Oh, Junior. Nudged around. He and Logano tangled up.
goes around.
Around here. No caution. Keep rolling. Come on. No caution. Need to roll here.
And Stewart trying to get around Jimmy Johnson.
He's got him cleared off 4.
To the lead. Tony Stewart, 2 laps to go. Do they get to the white flag without another yellow? Can Johnson get the Stewart's back bumper? Here they come.
Joey Logano into the wall.
Car in the wall,
Hard.
turn 3.
White flag's out, though.
Logano still driving around. We are on the last lap. Stewart, Johnson, Gordon. Will there be a bump and run? He's going to try it. Johnson gets there, but not enough. Tony Stewart wins at Martinsville.
I think this is a pretty slim chance this 31's going to make it to the end. They're taking a big gamble, but hey, they don't have anything to lose. There's Kim Burton, his wife.
Do the math for me. Do the math for me.
Oh, she's nervous.
Too far, man. We get above a half. I'm out. I'm out.
Oh,
I'm out.
that's it. Not even close. 5 laps to go.
Come on in here. We're going to splash it off.
No, just doing the numbers. It just didn't make it.
5 to go and past the pit entry, and he's got to coast all the way around the racetrack if he makes it back.
And now it becomes
It was
Tony
running with
Stewart there with Carl Edwards. You see 3 cars in between them.
So, Tony Stewart back to the lead. 4 laps away from another win. A man who hadn't won all season long until the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup started. Said at one point, we shouldn't even make the chase. We'll just be taking up a spot.
Check this out.
Carl Edwards.
That was a close call for Carl.
Boy, it sure was, and took away any chance he probably had of trying to run Tony Stewart down.
But a white flag flying for Tony Stewart as he comes off of turn number 4, 1 lap away from victory.
White flag here. White flag. Bring it home.
Stewart started this championship with a win at Chicagoland, backed it up the next week with a win at New Hampshire, then had the terrible race at Dover where he finished 25th. Not all that impressive at Kansas, 15th, but then 8th at Charlotte, 7th at Talladega, the winner at Martinsville last week, and a dominator today. He'll gain ground, not a ton, as Carl Edwards is going to finish 2nd. But with his 4th win in 8 tries in his bid for the championship, Tony Stewart takes the checkered flag at Texas.
Stewart's 2 additional wins, meaning he won half of the playoff races to that point, moved him up to 2nd in the championship. At Phoenix, the penultimate race, once again, he led the race-high amount of laps. This time, it was 160 of 312 laps. With 18 laps remaining, Stewart pitted. Casey, Kane, and Edwards, who each already stopped, moved ahead of him, resulting in Stewart finishing 3rd behind them. Entering the Homestead season finale, only Edwards and Stewart were mathematically eligible for the championship. Edwards was the leader, but Stewart was behind by just 3 points. Stewart's attempt to win his 3rd championship would not be easy, though.
And now live, Tony Stewart on pit lane early, Vince.
You see the 14 team of Tony Stewart feverishly working on the front of their car. Stewart has hit something and it has put a big hole in the front of the grille, although Tony indicated he did not recall hitting anything at all, said he didn't feel as though he had hit any debris, but there's a hole about twice the size of a man's fist there in the front. So they're replacing the fencing part of the grill, which they also have to double check and make sure there's no debris inside the grill area as well. Now you see the replacement area, the area that they're going to replace, and now the fenced the grill area that's being used to substitute and replace. They've also got to make sure that they get the tape on the new grill just as the previous tape was addressed, so they make sure that aerodynamically they have the same handling car as well. So certainly an issue that Darian Grubb and company, Tony Stewart obviously included, did not expect to have to be dealing with in the early stages of this championship run.
All right, check your water pressure there, bud.
Got 10 pounds.
Okay, 10-4. We got a big hole in the center of the grill. The grill screen's all punched out of it. We got the boys to go in and start working everything up. We'll get it all ready there. Do not come in until we tell you we're ready to.
10-4. I have no idea what that would have been from.
I didn't see it the lap before, so I'm not sure when it happened.
Tony Stewart, they're going to put a little more grill on the, a little more tape on the grill, trying to make sure it gets in the right position. They made a 4-tire change for Tony Stewart. You see, taking a little extra time to make sure they get that grill just right. In fact, a little front fender damage where Tony had made some contact earlier in the race, Alan.
All right, Vince, thanks. So Stewart made up ground after starting at the back of the pack on the last restart, giving all that ground back up again for repairs. Story of this race so far, Tony Stewart, one of the two contending for the championship with some grill damage early that sent him from up by the top 10 all the way to the back of the pack, now twice. Stewart's car seems to be behaving just fine though, and he's picking his way back forward in 23rd position. There you see the Band-Aids all over that 14.
Yeah, they worked on it hard and got it running good, and I think that as we watch these guys battle up front more, that's second, third, and fourth that we have right there. But I think it's important that we point out that Tony's not too worried about Carl Edwards leading the most laps here today. As long as Tony can get to the front and win this race, then it doesn't matter. They would tie in points, but Tony has the tiebreaker by the most wins. See Tony take a spot. I'm sure that one was given pretty easy.
From his teammate Ryan Newman, Stewart up to 7th place in the 14. As Tony Stewart has been picking his way back from the back of the pack following his earlier troubles, we caught this on his radio.
Where are we at in this contest?
I don't even know why we qualified. This is a lot more fun to watch.
Hell, it's a lot more fun to race. Oh yes, this is not over.
Yeah, lost any confidence so far.
Unfortunately, they're not giving any points away today for how many cars you pass, or he'd be way ahead in that game.
Tony Stewart, the highest he's been in the race so far, 7th place. All right, so now Carl's got Tony in his sights. Tony knows Carl's right behind him. How much does the mind start to play here, and how difficult is it as a driver, if you're Carl, for example, to be patient as you come up on Stewart?
Well, I think you have to continue to be that. We've said there's a lot of racing left to go. But the one thing that Carl Edwards knows, we see Tony Stewart dive to the inside. He's going to try to make this pass. Don't know if he's got enough momentum to get off the corner.
Oh, wow, that's tight.
Man, that's a
See how
power
much
move.
it means to him right now.
But he's got to run this time. Can he do the slide job on him in 3?
Well, I think Gordon saw that Tony was bound and determined to get the lead right now and get that bonus point. He wasn't going to put either one of them in a bad position. Tony's going to get this.
Carl got a good view of that too, to see that determination.
Stewart and Edwards, 1 and 2. Gordon, Truex, Hamlin, Harvick. Gordon will hit first here. Doc.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon said, I know I'm a little bit loose, but man, that 14 is strong. And so what he has asked for to help him tighten up is about 1 round down on the track bar, 4 tires, and top it off with Sunoco Field A.
Dave Rogers asked 2 or 4, Kyle. Kyle said 4, but keep your eyes open. We'll see car little tight adjustments. Jamie, Vince. A little tight in the center of 1, a tick free on the entry at both ends for Tony Stewart. Darian Grubb said 4 tires is the only change. Jamie?
And Carl Edwards said he's just a little bit tight in the center. 4 tires again. This time around, there was a wrench pulled out. No changes. Carl Edwards down and away.
A couple of cars out pretty quickly. He went for it again. And look who went for the rights only again. Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, I don't quite get that one. And Stewart lost quite a few spots on his 4-tire change.
Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski lead the field to the restart. Stewart to the bottom, 3 wide for the race lead.
3 wide, your bottom, still 3 wide.
Maybe 4 as the 99 comes down the back straightaway here.
Kyle Busch and Keselowski not giving in. Stewart by Busch. Here's Edwards trying to keep pace.
Oh, that's close.
Look at Stewart drive that car.
Wow.
Stewart by Keselowski to the lead.
That's 4 fresh tires working right there.
Edwards racing the 2 for second and trying to keep up. Big wiggle there on the 99. He's got to drop back in. 3 miles left to go. Tony Stewart seeking his 3rd championship. Rallying back tonight from as far as 40th position. Kind of had the what me worry attitude earlier in the race.
Yeah, what an incredible job by the crew to repair that, Andy. That's not an easy place to make a change and fix a repair.
Yeah, they've overcome a lot tonight. On pit road, they had a mistake, or actually a problem with their pit socket. They had a hole in the grill. Tony Stewart
White flag here, white flag. Bring it home.
Final lap. Stewart and Edwards, 1st and 2nd. Winner takes the championship.
It's just the most incredible run I've ever seen out of a race car driver, what Tony Stewart has done in this case and tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the best driving I've ever seen, and Carl Edwards did an incredible job too, but this is the man right here, Tony Stewart.
2002, he was the champion. 2005, he was the champion, those driving for someone else. This time, he's an older driver, and he's become a 3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion. Tony Stewart wins it.
So we got it?
We got it. We got the tiebreaker, baby. Awesome job.
Derek. You guys are all.
By winning his 5th race of the season, Stewart tied Edwards in points. However, since Edwards only had 1 win, Stewart won his 3rd championship. He was the first owner driver to win the Cup Series championship since Alan Kulwicki in 1992. The championship run Stewart had was impressive, as he came back from a relatively low ranking twice and became the dominant driver for the series. This video is presented by DiecastModelsWholesale.com. They offer a wide variety of diecast cars, models, action figures, and other objects from companies like Hot Wheels, Greenlight, and Johnny Lightning, representing franchises such as Formula One, IndyCar, Star Trek, and Marvel. This is just a small sample of what Diecast Models Wholesale offers. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. For a special deal from me, Ryan Holman, use the link in the description of this video and as the pinned comment for it.